Chris Richardson here again, and this is my 8th video actually, and I was just doing a little bit of Piano Man by Billy Joel there. Just wanted to just reiterate what we had talked about on our previous videos, and just focus more on the positions of the C and the 5 and the 4, and I want to focus and stress the position of using these three fingers, the pinky, the middle finger, and the thumb, when you're playing a regular chord position like this, where there's basically the same amount of space between the fingers. When you're moving like this to the F chord, you got the space right here, and your middle finger tells you what chord that is when you're playing this position. So that's the F note. So we move like this, and whenever you're playing any chord in this position like this, that middle fingers are always going to tell you what note that is. Okay? So like for example, this is a C chord because the middle fingers are on the C, and you're playing that position where your thumb is over here and these two fingers over here. So you can move like this all day long. F, G, A, B minor flat 5, and C. And then back to the regular C. And we talked about going to the G, which is from the C to the G like that. And if you look at your pinky right there determines what chord that is. So when you play in the C and you go into the G chord like that, look at your pinky, and that's going to tell you what chord that is. So that's a G note. C, D, E, F, G. Right? So you're playing the C to the G. Instead of doing this, you're doing this. And again, what I like to do when I go to that G chord, I use my index finger and lift up my middle finger. So whenever a chord you're playing like this in a regular position and you go to that G chord, just remember to drop your index finger down on that note that it's on and move your thumb back a half step, and that'll give you that 5 position. G, that's G, which is 5, and C, which is 1, and this is a F, which is 4, and the middle finger tells you what chord that is. So you got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if we were doing this in playing the key of F, right? Now this is the exact same position as we were playing in the C position, or we're playing the F position. So if you were to go from the F to the 4, what you have to do is think about the F scale, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to 1. Again, in the notes, that's F, G, A sharp, C, D, E, and then back to F. So if you were to go to the 4, you would count the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be B flat, which is going to be just like going. It'll be just like going from the C to the F, except you'll be doing it in the F key. So you play the F, and you go back to the B flat. Go up to the B flat. And the pattern for that is basically you moving your middle finger up a half step and your pinky up a whole step. Just like here, when you go to the F, you move your middle finger up a half step and you move your pinky up a whole step. Okay? And when you went to the G, your thumb went back a half step and your middle finger goes back a whole step. See that? From the E to the D, you got a half and a half and a whole. Same thing here in F chord. When you play the F and you go to that 4, which is the B flat, go a half step on your middle finger and a whole step on your pinky. That's the F. And when you go to the C, you come back a whole step. See where my index finger is? That's going to be the note you play when you go into that 5, and you're just bringing back your thumb a half step like that. So you got the F, which is the 1 chord. Okay, and you're going to the C. See your pinky? That tells you what chord that is, the C chord. And that's a B flat. See my middle finger? Tells you what chord that is. This is C. That's the F. We talked about the 4, the 5, and 1, and we also talked about the going to the 6th change, the third change, which is the 3, and the second change, which is just moving up a whole step from the 1 chord. So if you in F and you go to the 6, you're basically just doing this, moving up your pinky a whole step. It's almost like going to the 4, except you're not doing this. You're leaving this finger where it is, and your pinky goes up a whole step, and this finger just stays where it is, or it switches, which I like to do. If you was to go to that 4, you go like this. The only difference is that you're not playing this note when you go to the 6. Okay, this is the 1. Now when you go to that 3 change, when you're playing it, you might go to that 3rd change, and all you're doing is the thumb goes back a half step. Okay, and it's almost like going to the 5th change, except you're not playing this note. You're not playing this. You're just doing this. See, and these 2 fingers are going to stay where they are. Okay, and then it's the 1. Now the second change is going to have to, when you go to the 2, you have to bring your hand up totally to the second change. And whether you're playing a minor or a major, you're going to have to bring all your fingers up. So what you have to do is remember, whenever you're playing in sequence, if you're playing a 1, you go to the 2, you have to bring your whole hand up to the numbers that's in sequence that's following it. Like for example, if you're playing that 6, if you're playing the F and you go and that's a 6 chord like that, and you play the 5. Now the 5 comes before the 6, so you have to go back a whole step. So you have to bring your hand like that if you're playing that 5 position. If you want to go from the 5 to the 6, from the 6 to the 5. So you got the 1, you got the 5. If you want to go to the 6 right there, you bring your whole hand up like that. 5, 6. Back to the 1. This is the 4. If you want to go to the 5 from here, now this being that this tell you what position that is. This is the B flat, right? Now 5 will be the C. So if you're in the position here, you need to bring your whole hand up like that to the 5, which is C. This is the F, and that's a C. This is the F, B flat, also a C. Then you go back to the 1. You can go to the 1 like that. See my pinky is? That tells you that's the F. That's the F chord. So consequently, you have this trichord 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 1 2 3, which is the trichord, just like the C chord. Remember, I was telling you earlier in other videos. And that's going to help you a great deal, because it will advance your playing. Because that way you don't have to worry about switching your hands back and forth a whole lot. Okay? Okay, that about wraps it up on this video. I will see you on the next one, and remember to keep playing and never be discouraged with what you don't know. Just focus on the things that you do know. Okay?